Okay, hello everyone. So today I got a MacBook Pro A2251. The model number it's the board I believe A20-00149-A dash 01949-A. Okay, so it's A20-01949-A, and this came in no power. This actually came in from. So this guy, when he called, he said he sent it to a place in New York, and it seems to be a very reputable shop. I personally learned a lot from these guys, but still I had nothing to lose, so I said why not try and see if we could fix this board. So let's go ahead and try to fix it. So as I said, someone already attempted repair on this board, and it was unsuccessful. So after checking here, I start by the first USB-C here. It seems to be drawing 0.27 amp at 5 volts. It's not switching to 20. Check the second one. And as you can see, same thing here. 511 volts, not switching to 20. 0.27 amp. Let's go on the other side. Other side, we got 5 volts, switching to 20, only drawing 0.6 amp. .20 volt, 0.6 amp, same thing. So the two sides are different. Let's see. Okay, let's check. I'm pretty sure we're gonna start working on some CD3217s. I'm sure we're not gonna end up there just because it came from this reputable shop again. So I'm sure it's not gonna be an easy one. We could always hope, but let's get started and see what happens. So seems like they've done some work at this area here. As you can see, there's a lot of flux residue. So let's start by doing some cleaning and see what we could get. Okay, let's just make sure. Okay, so these are CD3217s. I just want to check the version for those. P0L90. Okay. Same thing. 20A. Yeah, these on this model they do have different firmware on chips. Let's see on this side here. I also like to check the RAM. Okay, this chip seems to be aftermarket. This has been replaced. As you can see, the dot here for the pin 1 is different. Okay, so this has been replaced with a 01P. I believe this is, yeah, this shouldn't belong to this board. Not sure if they just put it back this way because they couldn't fix it or what the cause. Okay, also seems the same here. Yep, that's not an Apple chip. And 17B12, yep. Okay, so at least something to start working on. Okay, I just want to make sure the RAM chip hasn't been replaced here. Doesn't seem. Yeah, seems to be still original. 8N008. Alright. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off these two chips that are been replaced, and you know what? I might as well reflow these two other chips. I mean, even though they're not made for this board, they might still work. I mean, it seems this side seems to be switching to 20 volts. This is the one that's not. So it might just be that. So yeah, we could start with just the reflow, and then we could go further. So let's do that. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the reflow and see if we can get any better results. Pretty sure that's not gonna be an easy repair, but I'm still going for it. Just because it's been at another repair shop that I already know they're pretty good. They know what they're doing. So, unless someone just wasn't feeling good that day, so who knows? Right. Okay, it doesn't seem to be missing any chips. Let's go ahead and check that and see if anything changed. So we're gonna plug that up. To the USB-C. And this is still 5.1, 0.27 amp. Yeah, that's what I thought. So PP bus G3 HUD could be measured on these caps right here. As you can see, it's 12.3. It usually should be about 12.65, 12.7 volts. It's a little bit low. And yeah, definitely should be nothing. Okay, we got 3 volts here. Okay, I'm just doing some quick measurements. And let's see if we get these here. Okay, so that is 3.4. 3.4. Pretty sure this is. Alright, let's see. So I measured these capacitors right here, RTC. How could it be different from that one? Yeah, that's weird. PP3V3 G3 hot RTC. Okay, so we got 3.3 volts here, but not on the other side, so that's pretty weird. even though it's the same line. Let's check that again. So as you can see here, that would be capacitor, the first capacitor. We get 3.38, so we are getting, let me measure that other one here again. Okay. So as you can see, this resistor, maybe I didn't have a good connection. 1.76. That's so weird. Wow. Alright, well, on the same line we are getting 3.3 volts on the right side, and we're getting 1.7 volt on the left side. Seems like there must be something wrong on the left side here. That's why we're not getting that 3.3 rail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off these two CD3217, reball them, and just put them back together. Put them back on the board. There must be corrosion underneath. I'm pretty sure these haven't been reballed. Just give it a little push. Come off the stencil here. There we go. Always make it clean the stencil. Let's clean the chip and make sure we check all the solder balls as well. Seem to be all nice and clean. As you can see here. Board seems to have cooled down a bit. And USB-C meter. Let's plug that up. And as you can see, we're still getting 5 volt, 0.27 amp. So for some reason this is still stuck at 5 volt, 0.27 amps. It was about to change for a second, but I don't think this is happening. Other one, same thing. Alright, way to go on this one. So the next thing I would be doing is replacing those two chips that I was originally gonna replace, and that I should have replaced from the beginning. Even though they're switching to 20 volts, 0.06 amp. There must be something wrong about this communication, so let's go ahead and replace these, and we'll see what we get. Now remove it. Guess what? Alright. You know what I'm thinking. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that ROM chip as well. Okay. And see if that makes any difference. Yeah. after praying and hoping this all would go just like as planned. Alright, so let's turn this off and plug up the USB. And as you can see, 5 volts stuck at 0.27 amp. Now moving up to 20 volts. But still at 0.04 amp. Okay, well that's a bit of improvement. This I'm pretty sure this side was always stuck at the 5 volt. Let's see. Let's plug it to the other side. Just to make sure we get in 20 volts on all sides right now. Yeah. So as you can see, we're getting 20 volts on both sides, but it's doesn't seem to be booting up. Well, actually the processor is warming up, so who knows, this might be booting up. Except, let's see, it's not showing any amps, so and that we could check right here. Right there. Those top caps. This pin to ground. And we got 12.65. Yes, so that's definitely improvement. PP bus is good to 12.65, is way better than 12.3. So we did get a lot of improvement by replacing those two chips. So sure, that's what I should have done from the beginning, but anyway, let's get this going. Okay, here we go, another day. Finally got done with this project. I didn't record everything just because this was a very long repair as expected, because it came from a very well known repair shop and they couldn't fix it, but I'm so glad I was able to fix it. I just want to go through what I did. I had to order another donor board because this is the only way I was able to get these, at least these models, to work, is to get parts from a donor board, no aftermarket parts. I did replace these two CD3217 chips again from this side. We were still stuck at 20 volts, 0.4 amp. So after checking, one of the CPU rails, the wake rails, was going up and down. So checking the CPU power IC, I believe it's the U7100, there was some corrosion. Cleaned it up, redid the connections. It was still stuck at 20 volt and some fraction of amps. So but I was able to get it in the FU mode, restore the T2 chip firmware, and the computer is booting up, as you can see. So again, I'm so glad we were able to fix this, even after coming from another repair shop that they weren't able to fix it. And I hope you learned something from this video. If you have questions, please leave in the comment. Again, I will be doing more videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next.